Hello? Oh, there we go. Now my audio capture showed up. Shoot. For some reason, my snowball mic doesn't show up. My snowball mic won't show up like if I leave it plugged in, so I gotta unplug it and plug it back in. That was a good thing that got caught. So anyway, I'll start over. Welcome to the stream. Today, as you can tell by the title, I am teaching you how to write any jam, or not any jam, but how to write a jam in any scale mode or key. And so it's a bit of a music theory heavy lesson today. And to do that, first we're going to have to understand what scale modes are and how that works. And I will make it as hopefully simplistic as possible. So if I go here, I'm going to set this up quickly. Let's see here. Yep, I'll do the display capture. Nope, never mind. I gotta get a different capture setup. So let's do, let me go here. Let's go to my pitches. And then I'll open up a blank thing for us. Let's, set up a new window capture. There we go. Let's do, there we go. Sorry, just gotta get this set up. Let's hello? Okay, there we go. My mic keeps cutting out, and I am not understanding why. But anyway, I gotta keep looking at the capture, I guess. But, yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys actually on the guitar. So we're gonna start off reviewing what the major scale is. You've probably heard of that one and know what that sounds like, but I'm gonna get a guitar. Alrighty, so basically, how this is going to work is, let me go to this. Hello? Yeah, you can still hear me? Alrighty, and you should be able to hear my guitar. Great. Alright, so your major scale is like your classic, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that classic thing. So it's like... And how to play that is to slow it down. You find the note you want to start on. In this case, I'm going to use the key of G. So we're going to start on the 3rd fret on G, and it's, and then you're going to go up a whole step. So it's 1 fret in between each. So these 2 frets you skip. So it's, and then the same thing on the next string. And then on the next string up, it's going to be this this fret here, which is my my 4th fret on the 3rd string, and then to the 5th fret. So it's, so that's what that looks like. That's your major scale. Now, if you repeat those notes as you go up the neck, I won't get into that right now because we don't really need all the notes to write our song, our little riff or a little jam that we're gonna write. That's your that's your major scale. Now, if I were to take that and play it all the way up using all the notes, it would sound like this. So that's what that major scale sounds like doing it that way. Let me check chat quick, make sure I'm not missing chat. Tommy Fisher, do a kickflip. Nice banjo. James Charles kissed you like to undo. Do a kickflip. All right. But yeah, so we have. So there is our major scale. Now, what do we know from that? What do we learn from that? So that is like the basis of how all music is written, is from the major scale. And now what that is, then, if we were to go forward, you have. So if you start your scale on these different notes, you get different things. So like if I play all the same notes of, but I start on a different note in that scale and go, that has a whole different sound to it, but I played all the same notes. So what that's called, that is like your first or your second mode of the major scale, which is your Dorian mode. The first mode is your Ionian, which I'm not gonna get into. Trying to say it. I'll just say first mode, second mode, third mode, fourth mode, fifth mode, sixth mode, seventh mode. So there's 7 of them, because if you count your notes in that original major scale, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then your 8th note is just the same as your first. So there's 7 different modes for the 7 different notes that make up your major scale. So if we start on the second note, I'm just going to play it up here now. You have a different shape. It's sorry. And that's your Dorian mode or your second mode. Your third mode would be Phrygian, which is that's gonna start on your third note of your major scale. And so your third one will sound like this. That has a different sound to it as well. Your next mode would be your Lydian, 4th mode. And then your Mixolydian is like this. Which that is really close to your Ionian or your first mode. And then your Aeolian, or what is more commonly known as just the minor scale, it's much more sad sounding, sounds like this. So that's, your minor scale, your sad songs. And then the one that no one ever talks about because it's very hard to use, Locrian, which is the last one. So that's the one no one really uses because it's very difficult to use. So basically we have a different note, right, for each of the different scale modes. So, and now let's look at these patterns, because there's a pattern for each of them. You have your first mode is just like a 3-note per string, 2-string pattern. So like my first mode is, right, that same pattern, and then the second pattern, or the Dorian pattern, is, and then the third pattern is Phrygian. And then there's Lydian, Mixolydian, which is the same as the first one, and then Aeolian, and then Locrian. So what that creates is these patterns we can use to write different songs. So like say if I wanted to create for example, let's do Let's do pick a number 1 through 7, chat. If you guys pick a number 1 through 7, I will try to write a little jam in that scale mode. Oh wait. I'm gonna give it 10 seconds, and if we don't get a number from the chat in 10 seconds, I'm just gonna stick with the combined number of viewers and likes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we are gonna use the third mode, or the Phrygian mode of the major scale. And what that'll do for us is that Phrygian mode will sound like this. That's our, that we'll just use the bottom 2 strings for now of that Phrygian sound. So all you're gonna do is pick 3 to 4 notes off of that scale. Let me go back here. You're gonna pick 3 to 4 notes off of that scale, and you are going to simply, we gotta pick a key. So let's see. Let's do the key of C. So we're gonna do C Phrygian. So that's gonna sound like this. So now that C Phrygian scale applies to this key. So it's there. Oh, sorry. There we go. It's sorry, I blanked there for a second. So yeah, that's our Phrygian scale. So I'm gonna pick off of that original shape just those 6 notes. So I'm gonna pick, say, two notes out of that scale, right? 2 notes. So let's do, or let's do 3 notes. Let's do those 3. So it's gonna be C, C sharp, or B flat. No. D flat, sorry. C sharp. I don't know why I said B flat. So C sharp, C, and let's see what this would be. C sharp, D sharp. Yep. So D sharp, and then it'll be, so let's see, from D sharp to F. So F, A, B. So it's B, C sharp, C, B, C sharp, C. So we're going to stick with that. So now all we're going to do is apply a simple power chord shape to that, and we're just going to mess around and play those notes. So now the other thing that we can do is that we could play it with power chords like that. We could play it with power chords, or we could drop it down and use open chords. So it'd be, oh wait, hold on. There's a way to do a B chord, and I honestly don't know it, so I'm going to check that out quick, because I feel dumb. B major chord. I don't know why I don't know B major. Let's see. Let's see. Let me look. Alrighty, here we go. Oh. Oh, that's annoying. Ooh, I hate that. I think I gotta... Okay, so B major and then B minor would be... So we could do B minor because that's going to fit better with that Phrygian scale or whatever. So now we have... So we can play it. So we have that, so we can go... I like the sound of the power chords a little bit better. I will be back in just a moment. Something came up. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. So, with that being said, we have our power chord. So, we can play around with all the different notes in that Phrygian pattern. So we can find something like that. And now this personally I think sounds better with a little bit of crunch on it. I actually like that a lot. Let's try that. So I like that first one. So we can loop that. Hold up, let me boop. Get my loop out of here that I have stored right now. Okay. And we will go here and we will back channel and we will loop this. So alrighty. was doing the solo over that is as I was simply playing the same notes out of that Phrygian scale. So all I was playing were the notes. So those are all the notes I was playing, and so you can just play those notes and make up anything. So, you know, we did it now with, we successfully did it in Phrygian. So now, let me check chat again. Sorry. I don't have my second monitor hooked up. Alright, cool. So yeah, with our second one, let's do Lydian. Let's try, or actually, let's do Mixolydian. I want to do something Mixolydian. So we're gonna do Mixolydian. So now we're gonna go back to our major scale. Oh, sorry. Go back to our major scale. Mixolydian is the 5th mode, so we're gonna go to the 5th note. So that's D is our first Mixolydian. And now the Mixolydian chords are going to be almost identical to the Ionian or the major scale chords, but the solo is going to sound a little different. So we're going to do, let's try the key of, let's do the key of, let's do A, key of A. So our A Mixolydian scale is going to sound like this. So it has a little different sound than the major scale. But, yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go... We're going to mess around until we find a cool set of chords within that Mixolydian scale. So... let's go with that. Okay, let's try that. So let's go. Okay. And now, same thing. We're just gonna play Mixolydian notes in that key over it. I did it wrong. So that would not work for Mixolydian. I messed it up. So we could do... So that's what we'll do. I was off by one note. There we go. So that would be a jam written in Mixolydian. We're getting through all sorts of cool stuff. Alrighty, so now we are going to try. Let's do one more. You guys get the idea. Let's do one more good one. What we're gonna do this time is it's going to be a. This time, what we will do is we will try. Let's do. Let's see. Dorian sounds cool, but I wrote my first song, "The Curve," which will soon be available on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon Music and all that good stuff. If you guys want to go check that out, I don't know if it's up yet. I don't think Spotify and them have actually put it up yet, but it is now in their possession and it will be reviewed and put up shortly. So that's cool. But that solo is actually in the Dorian mode, because it sounds like this. It's got that whole thing. I think that's in Dorian. I've learned it differently, so I guess correctly it would have been. Yeah. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I'm going to try Aeolian, which is just fancy word for minor scale. And let's do the key of G. So we are going to go and do the minor pattern for G. So there's our minor pattern for G. So now let's just mess around and find a cool thing. Let's do that. Dang it. I missed my pedal. Alright. Ah! My cord popped out of my pedal. Boop, boop. Alright, there we go. Let's listen to it. that would be a jam written in the minor scale or the Aeolian mode of the major scale. So you guys get the pattern by now with 3 examples. You can take any scale, and then you take any mode of that scale, or any key, any mode of that key's scale, and then you can just create. You know, you can just pick out some notes, get chords behind it, and start going. And that's it's a very cool way to get different types of expression out. You know what I mean? Like, because if I want to write a sad song and all I know how to do is the major scale, it's very hard to write a sad song in the major scale, because it's like... It's very difficult to try to make that sound sad. But if you take the minor scale, or like the Phrygian scale, where you have like... Anyway, like you can, or like, yeah, let's try Phrygian. You know, you get a different kind of attitude from it, and then like from your, you know, your major scale. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Switches are buzzing. Okay. Okay, I don't know what that is, but okay, we fix it. I don't know what that was. Weird. That's the noise button. Alrighty, so you get the idea. Like with if I wanted to make like a sound that was like the major scale, but not so happy, you know, that it's like it's more of a mellow version of the major scale that doesn't have that like you know, to it, because the major scale has you can't resolve anything on that 7th note, because if I left this, it would sound like uncomfortable. Like, I don't know about you, but that makes me wildly uncomfortable not to hear that resolve to the 8th note again. And that's what that scale is designed for, is to resolve back to your root note or your 8th note in the scale. So now, if I change that note down, that's what ends up being our mixed Lydian. So it carries all the same happiness of the major scale without being so over the top that it sounds like, you know, it sounds smoother, you know what I mean? Or like Dorian has like more of an exotic sound to it that's kind of cool. It's like... You can hear different emotions and different things from the different scale modes. You know, at least that's how I look at it. So now that you guys have seen that, you can take your own, hopefully take your own approach to writing some different songs in some new jams, new different scale modes that might portray your emotions about a song a little better. And if you guys are wondering why I'm wearing a hat and look stupid, my hair is so unbelievable. Ah, there we go. I look like Ace Ventura from When Nature Calls or Pet Detective. Like, just... That's terrible. Oh, boy. But yeah, anyway, that's why I'm wearing a hat, so I'm going to put that away now. But yeah. Anyway, there you go. It's a quick little lesson, live stream / video on the different scale modes. So now that you guys have that power, you can understand more of what I'm talking about when I'm writing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so with that being said, with that being said, I think we'll finish out with one last jam, and let's do it in Dorian. So let's do... nope. No, I don't want to record yet. There we go. Let's do one more jam, and let's do it in Dorian. So... Okay, so it's gonna be... No, quit that. So we're gonna have... Let's do it in the key of E, though. Okay, so it'll be... Okay, so let's do... Yeah, E Dorian. So, okay. So it's gonna start with E major. And then G. And then... Let's see, G flat. No, not G. Yeah, F sharp. I don't know how to do... Oh, is it F sharp would be... So yeah, there you go. So it'd be... So we can do something like that. So let's try to record that. No, I gotta try that again. So I think one of those is gonna be a minor chord. You can kind of hear it. So if we go to, let's try this again. Let's do E minor. There you go. I like that better. So let's try that. I already forgot it. Alright, one more. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Never mind, I'm gonna just do it that way. Here we go. There we go. with that being said and done, that will conclude today's stream. Just a quick little lesson for you guys on how the scale modes work and how to write jams in different scale modes, write riffs, write solos, all that kind of stuff. If you want to make your stuff sound more interesting and make your stuff sound cooler, or if you want to know why certain stuff sounds cool, like if you listen to, I know I've been talking about him a lot recently, but I've been listening to him a lot and I really love them, is Rush. And Rush has some solos that are in, off keys or off modes of keys that, sound exotic and cool, based on, instead of just being in like the minor pentatonic scale, with like that's what everybody uses for like their scales, or like your, usually it's this. So that's like typically the scale people use for everything. But if instead of your minor pentatonic scale, if you learn your full minor scale, instead of, it turns into, instead of, you can really hear how much that adds to your minor pentatonic scale, which is usually that boring, it's only 5 notes out of the scale instead of the full 7 notes out of the scale. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys stopping by for this quick little guitar lesson. Trying some different things. I'm losing viewers recently, so I'm just trying new stuff and whatever, and obviously the whole point to do this is for fun. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thank you to those who are here watching, and thank you for the person who liked the stream. Appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys not tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday and I don't stream on Sundays, but I will be right back here Monday, and hopefully you guys are back here too as well. We still haven't broken our record of, I think it was 12 people we had at one point in time, so if we can get up to 15 viewing at once, that'd be a new record, so hopefully we can do that. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Oh, and we have a second like on the stream. Thank you, appreciate it. Consider subscribing and liking if you haven't, because it helps me and lets me know you guys still want to see this stuff. But yeah. Anyway, regardless, thank you guys for watching, and that'll be it for me for today, and I will see you guys all back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.